Hey everybody, so I'm back. My name is Miles. I'm with Exotic Carsmith Automotive Maintenance and Custom Fabrication School. And today we're just going to do a quick video on how to jumpstart your car. Now I know we've all been there. You get in your car and you try to put the key in, try to start it up, and all you get is a bunch of clicking noise. What that means is that your battery has gone dead and there is not enough power in it to engage the starter. And the clicking sound is the starter solenoid just engaging and disengaging. So, like I said, we're going to do just a quick video, show you how to properly jump start your car so you don't cause any damage to any of the systems in your car, and you can get yourself going on your way safely. So what you will need is a set of jumper cables, or you can have a jumper box, which is basically a battery pack with attached jumper cables. And the kind of convenient thing about a jumper pack is that you don't need a second car to get your car going. You just carry that battery pack in your trunk. If you have a dead battery, you just connect it to your battery and jump start it from that jumper pack. But the disadvantage of that is that you do have to make sure you keep it charged. If you just stick it in your trunk and you leave it there for 2 years and then expect it to jump start your car, it's not going to. The battery is going to be dead. So, like I said, either you need a jumper pack or a set of jumper cables and 2 cars. Next thing you want to do is you make sure you locate the battery in your engine compartment. This one is right up against the firewall, and sometimes in a lot of modern cars you may not have direct access to the battery. But what you will have is you will have a positive terminal, which is covered by a big plastic cover just like that one, somewhere in the engine bay, and near it you will have just a bare piece of metal, usually aluminum, and that is your grounding port. So you will have one or the other. You will either have direct access to the battery, such as this one, or you will have just terminals which themselves lead to the battery. Now on this other car, the battery is located right up against here behind the headlight. You also want to check to see what kind of terminals you have. This one has side terminals, as you can see right here. Now these side terminals suck. They are difficult to connect to, and when you're connecting you really have to watch to make sure that you are not going to touch any metal objects in the area, such as this brace right here. If you touch that brace with one of those jumper cable clamps when they're alive, you will cause a short and big sparks, and most people find that very scary. Now this other car, we have top terminals, which we do like. These are very easy to connect to. They're out of the way, so you don't really have much of a chance to touch other metal objects in the area and cause any kind of shorts. So next thing we're going to do is look at the jumper cables and start hooking up the terminals. Alright, so here we have a standard set of jumper cables. They're usually about 10 feet long or so. Each end has 2 clamps on it. One has a red handle, the other one has a black handle. Okay, the red handle signifies positive, the black handle signifies negative. Now before you hook them up, it's always a good idea to take one of the clamps and hook it on to the lead of the other cable. What this does is once you hook up the terminals on one battery, you have no chance of these clamps touching each other. Because once the other end is hooked up to a battery, these are live. And once they come into contact, again, you're going to have a short circuit. And if you just have them like this, they're going to flop around and they will touch each other. It's inevitable. So always keep them clamped like this until you are ready to hook them up to the battery. Okay, so as I said, black terminal is negative, red terminal is positive, and your battery will always be marked. The terminals themselves have either a plus sign or a minus sign next to them. So you have to make sure you get these hooked up correctly. If you hook them up on one end, red to positive, black to negative, and then you go to the other car and you hook them up the opposite, you switch them around and you hook up red to negative and black to positive, you are going to cause major damage to the charging system in that car, which means you're going to be replacing your alternator, you're most likely going to be replacing wiring, and if you keep them hooked up for an extended period of time, cross like that, you will most likely cause a fire. The battery can explode and you're going to have some serious damage. So you have to make sure you get these terminals hooked up correctly. So as I said, red to positive, and black to negative. Then you are going to take the other end, and as you can see, they are clamped, such as this right now, so there's no chance of these two clamps coming into contact with each other. Then you're going to come to the other car, and again, you're going to hook up red to positive, and black to negative. Now these cars are both fine, they both run, batteries are both good, so we're not going to try to actually jumpstart them. But at this point, what you would do is you would go to the car that's running, that has a good battery, and you can start that one first. Let it run for a little while so that the battery in the car that's dead can obtain a little bit of a charge, and then you will try to start the car with the bad battery. Now sometimes they will start right away. If the car hasn't been dead for a very long time, it still has quite a bit of charge in it, so it doesn't take much at all to get it jump started. If the car's been sitting for a while with a dead battery, it's going to take a little while longer to get a decent charge in that battery for that car to start. Sometimes you will run into a condition where the battery is just dead, and no matter what you do, you're not going to be able to jump start it. If you've had this car, the good car, running for half an hour or more, and the dead car, all you still get is just a clicking out of the solenoid, most likely there's other problems in the system. Either your battery is just completely shot, or some kind of wiring issues, or maybe issues with the starter. That is entirely possible also, that you just have the starter solenoid clicking, but the starter itself is dead. So like I said, once it's been half an hour, 45 minutes, it's best just to stop and try to diagnose what other problems you have within that car. So that's pretty much it. This is how you safely jumpstart a car. Make sure you have the correct equipment. Make sure you connect your terminals properly, black to negative, red to positive. And that's pretty much it. It's actually a very simple process. You just have to know what you're looking at, and you have to know how to connect the cables properly. So I hope everyone is enjoying this video, and hopefully you will subscribe to our channel. We do have many more videos coming up, and we look forward to being in touch. Have a great day.